Okay, so it's not looking good for Ilia Topuria. He has vacated the featherweight belt, and now, according to Dana White, this fight against Islam Makhachev is not nailed on. There are other options.
Ilia moving up to lightweight, vacating the title. You weren't able to announce it then, but is it safe to say that Ilia Islam is the fight that we're sort of working towards, or could he be fighting?
There's still other possibilities. So there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said.
Did he vacate the belt, or did you guys say if you're moving to lightweight, then we don't want to hold up the featherweight division?
No, he did that. He said, I've done everything I can do here. I'm ready to move up. And he vacated it. He said, I shouldn't be holding up anybody's opportunities. And, you know, it's always.
And he could have had three easy title defenses at featherweight against Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopez, and a little bit tougher matchup against Movsar Evloev. But eventually, he could have had three title defenses at featherweight. Now he's going into uncharted territories at lightweight, and we do not know how his power is going to reflect at this weight. How is he going to be fighting against these top five people at the lightweight division? Probably more durable than the little featherweights below. And in my opinion, at 170 centimeters, he's going to get towered by most of the other lightweights. We've seen Arman Tsarukyan, similar height, but he has a wide variety of kicks in his arsenal, while Ilia Topuria has a heavy boxing stance. So it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to this way. But in my opinion, if he's not getting the fight against Islam Makhachev, it's not looking good for this guy because let's be honest, in a one-off fight against Islam Makhachev, he probably has 30% chance to knock him out. But in terms of long term in this division, it's not looking good for this guy. If I was an Ilia Topuria fanboy, I would not be as confident because there are many, many tough matchups for this guy. Many people. Yeah, the top five, for example, at the lightweight division, Charles Oliveira, I think very tricky matchup for Ilia. Arman Tsarukyan, I think he's bigger. He's going to get overwhelmed by Arman Tsarukyan as well. In terms of winning matchups for Ilia, probably Dustin Poirier, probably Justin Gaethje, but even these people are durable. So we're gonna have to see. Of course, he had a fight against Jai Herbert, but Herbert is not an elite lightweight, so he almost got knocked out dead by a head kick. And it's going to be interesting to see. Of course, he's still going to have heavy hands at lightweight. He's going to be a knockout artist at this weight as well. But in my opinion, he's not going to be as dangerous as he was at featherweight division. Because at the lightweight division, people are going to be more durable. People are going to have more weight on them. And it's going to be an even playing field in terms of weight, size, and these other things. So for me, in my opinion, Ilia Topuria and Dana White, there is something happening in the background because it's ludicrous to be vacating the belt and then not be fighting for the lightweight championship against Islam Makhachev. It's a complete disastrous situation, I think, for the UFC and for Dana White and for especially Ilia Topuria, because long term at the lightweight division, I do not see a bright future. And you're not hearing this anywhere else rather than on this channel because I always try to tell the truth, regardless of what's going on, regardless of the fanboys and the deranged Ilia Topuria fanatics. They have to admit to themselves that this is unknown territory and it's going to be very, very difficult for Ilya to adjust at this division, in my opinion. He could have been one of the best, one of the greatest at featherweight, but at lightweight, it's going to be much, much harder. Of course, against Islam Makhachev, like I've already said, in a one-off fight, he can become champion. But if he has to fight, a couple of contenders at this weight, I think he's going to get derailed completely. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But for me personally, I think not a good move. Not a good move if he's not getting the title shot now against Islam Makhachev because what is even the point of vacating the belt if you are now just trying to be a contender at division above? So obviously the weight cut is not looking good for this guy, and but it's very admirable. He vacates the belt and he tries to establish himself as a lightweight. which is also very admirable for this guy. And it just shows that he's not a coward and very brave. Probably even stupid, but still very, very brave and noble from this guy, Ilia Topuria. But yeah, he needs to have a more favorable matchup for the number one contender spot. Honestly, I think him and Arman Tsarukian, if they would have fight, I would be picking Tsarukian and most of these other fighters as well. So do not shoot the messenger. I'm only telling the truth and my opinion, and enjoy.